Hey guys, Kenny here. Just wanted to take a few minutes and go through some really important information about Edafio today. We adopt this process called EOS, which is called the Entrepreneurial Operating System. It's based on a book written by Gino Wickman several years ago, and it's really designed to help companies be very specific and succinct about really important information like core values, mission, vision, what is your long-term strategy. So we spent a lot of time in our one team meetings talking about where we are this year against budget. We talk about our quarterly rocks. For those of you that are new hires, you're going to hear a lot about that as you go through over the coming weeks. So operationally, it's called traction. And like I said, it's about budget and annual goals and quarterly goals and rocks. But what I want to do today is take a step back and look at the big picture. I think it's really important for everybody in the company to understand where we're going and how we're going to get there. So I'm going to take a few minutes and walk through that with you guys today. And basically in EOS, it's called the 8 questions. The 8 questions that you answer as a leadership team, and that creates your vision document. So if you hear us talk about VTO, that means Vision Traction Organizer. Vision is the big picture things. Traction is the things for this year that we're going to do, and then we try to organize that all into a VTO. So today is going to be a little bit of additional information around our vision. So we're going to start with core values. For those of you new to Edafio, you need to know core values are very, very important. We talk about them a lot. We start every one team meeting with core value stories. We've actually even started to start our other team meetings with core value stories. So we had a client several years ago tell us, if you don't talk about your core values all the time, then they're not your core values. So one of the beautiful things about EOS is it actually starts with core values. So we have 4 core values. We'd like to think of them as 3 have been our core values for a long, long time, probably going on 12 years at this recording, and hopefully much, much longer. And then we just added a new core value actually in 2023. So we have 4. And the first is committed to client success. You will see here at Edafio, we are all about our clients. We love our clients. We take care of our clients. We're a services company. That's why we exist. And the second is unquestionable integrity. We do our very best to do things, to be honest, to do the right thing even when no one's looking. We're not perfect by any means, but a core value of our company is to act with integrity, not only with our clients, but also with each other. The third core value is one team with humility and respect. And I always smile when I think about this core value, because when I started Edafio back in 2011, there were 13 of us around a conference table, and it was real easy to talk about one team with humility and respect when you're all sitting around one table. But here we are today, all these years later, with at this recording, over 130 associates literally spread out across the country. And so this core value of treating each other across all the different functions of our company, across sales, delivery, finance, treating each other with respect and humility, and operating as one team on behalf of our clients. It's a critical core value, especially as we continue to grow and expand into other regions. And then the fourth, most recently added, is personal accountability. So we want to do what we say we're going to do. Again, as companies like us have rapidly grown, that's something, especially as we've leaned in on this hybrid workforce and have literally, as I said, people spread out all over. We need to make sure and meet our commitments. And if we promise someone we're going to have something by Friday, we need to do that. If there's a client call, we have to make sure and follow through on what we say we're going to do. And so that is one we decided as an executive team to add earlier this year. So 4 core values, very, very important. Committed to client success, unquestionable integrity, one team with humility and respect, and personal accountability. So please know those are the DNA of our company. We review each other. We talk about how we're doing. We rate each other. We actually go through these core values in our quarterly review processes, in the one-on-ones. And so you will talk to your leaders about these core values and how you rate against them. That is that important to us. So please know this is the first part of our vision. We'll talk about the rest of it, but I wanted to start with core values because it's a critical part of our business. The The second part of our vision is around our mission and vision statements. And so this is really about who we are as a company. So our core values are really our DNA. Our mission and vision is who we want to be for our clients and even just in the marketplace in general. So a mission statement is, who are you today, right? What do you do? And our mission statement is to help our clients run, grow, and protect their business. I know that sounds very simple, but what we do is really important, and we help these clients run their business. That's our mission. A vision statement is who you aspire to be. Who do you look ahead and say, okay, in 3 to 5 years, where do we want to be? And our vision statement is to be the trusted advisor for technology solutions, not only current technology, but emerging technology solutions. And we are a trusted partner today for some of our clients. You'll hear about some of our clients that we are so embedded in their business. We have achieved this vision today. But I would say for most of our clients, we're not that trusted partner that we want to be. And so that's part of our vision, is we want to be so integral to their business that they don't think about opening up a new office or advancing their business in an area without saying, hey, we need to talk to Edafio. So our vision is to do that. Another really important part of this is, what is your passion? Why are we here, right? What do we do? And you guys are going to see 2/3 of our business as of this recording are healthcare. And so we take care of healthcare clients who then take care of their patients. And we are passionate about that. We like to say that we help take care of the people that take care of patients, right? You don't want IT people taking care of patients. That would be scary. But we want to help those doctors and nurses and all these providers take care of their patients. So our passion is to be an enabler of that in our community. We want to help clients impact their communities. And so you will see here, especially as you deal with people who are on site with clients, that's a passion area for us. And then another component of that is, there's mission, there's vision, there's your passion, and then what's your niche, right? What's kind of the core thing that you do? And I like to credit our EOS implementer with coming up with this, but at the end of the day, what do we do, right? What do our clients expect of us? What's our niche in the market? And our niche is to make technology work. At the end of the day, that's what our clients pay us to do. That's what they expect us to do, is just make things work for them. So I know that sounds overly simplistic. What we do is very complicated. But from a client's perspective, that's what they expect. So the second part of our vision is to understand our mission, vision, passion, and niche. And so that's the second part. The next part of the vision is called the marketing strategy. So if you read the EOS book, Attraction, you're going to hear it referred to as marketing strategy. And what that means is, who do you sell to, right? How are you going to grow your business? Who are the potential clients? We use a different term here called target client profile. It means the same thing, but we adopted this term TCP, or target client profile, years ago, and I was just too stubborn to change it. So we call it our TCP. But I think it's really important, as we talk in a minute about our 5-year and 3-year goals, for you to understand who are the target clients for Edafio. And it really breaks down into several categories. The first is the demographic. What are the types of clients from a demographic perspective? So several things here. One is typically any kind of company that has 20 or more employees, call it 20 to say 500, are really the types of clients we want to go after. We're not going to go after Walmart as a client. That's not a target client for Edafio. We really go after these small to medium-sized businesses that either don't have their own IT department, or maybe they have an IT group and they need us to come along and augment. So typically 20 to 500 people. Those companies are typically in the 10 million to call it, $100 million range as far as revenue goes. One important data point that we've noticed as we've looked at our existing clients is these clients are typically growing. Clients that come to us have typically either outgrown their current managed service provider, or MSP, or they've outgrown their internal IT group. So if you look at the last few years, typically clients that come to us are growing. They typically have different multiple locations because of all the network connectivity and complexity with that. Most of our clients have multiple sites. And I would have told you years ago, our predominant industry was healthcare. I mentioned earlier that about 2/3 of our business is healthcare, but what we've seen over the last few years is that's really changed, and we've brought in manufacturing clients, construction, accounting, law firms, really all different kinds of industries. And the reason for that is as technology demands have increased, all businesses have tech needs, right? They all are dealing with a lot of the same struggles. So in the early days, Edafio was very, very focused on healthcare, and what we've seen now is really all these other industries need the same level of support. The second component of our TCP is geography, and this is really important to understand because we have typically been a predominantly Arkansas-based company for the last 20 plus years, and now our strategy is to expand aggressively into the connected states. So Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Tennessee, Louisiana, those are really focus areas for us to grow, not only organically, but also through acquisition. So a big focus from a geography perspective is at this point is how do we get into Texas? What are our best ways? So that's through, like I said, organic growth, but also through acquisition. So our goal is to be a regional company. You're going to hear that a lot, regional company. And what regional means is basically the Mid-South region. That's how we want to expand. And then the last part is more of a psychographic. So what do these clients look like? And what we see is the best clients for us are clients that want an IT partner, not just a vendor. We don't respond to a lot of RFPs or requests for proposals where they're just trying to get the lowest cost IT provider. We don't do well. We are not the cheapest provider. We are high quality, high value. So if a client's just looking for a vendor, we're not a good fit. Another kind of psychographic is that they realize they've outgrown their current MSP or current provider. So we see that a lot where they're with a smaller MSP, and there are a lot of those around, and they say, we just need a bigger team. We just need a bigger company to support us. Or they have one IT person in-house or two, and they say, look, to grow our company into these multiple locations and to grow, we need a partner. So that's the other kind of psychographic part of it. And then the last part of our marketing strategy or our target client profile is what makes Edafio unique? What makes us unique in the marketplace? And I will tell you, after doing this EOS thing for the last 4 years, I was always a little skeptical. Are these really the things that make us unique? But over the last year, I've talked to over 20 companies, 20 MSPs in the region that we've been looking to acquire. And as I've learned about their businesses, I am more confident than ever. These are the things that make us unique. So there's three. One is this idea of being a trusted partner. I talked about that back in our vision statement. We want to be a trusted partner. There are a lot of managed service providers or MSPs out there. They just want to, keep the systems up and running. They don't want to build a relationship with a client. They don't want to know where they're going. We want to know all that. We want to do business reviews with our clients. We want to be on site with our rounding team. So part of that trusted partner is definitely what makes us unique. The second is we want to be on site with our clients. I mentioned just now our rounding team. For most clients, we are on site at some cadence. Some clients we're on site 5 days a week. And what I've learned is most MSPs don't want to do that. They want to support everything remotely. And part of our model is being a trusted partner, you've got to be on site. And so building these local relationships, even as we expand into these other states, we will have offices in Texas or in Oklahoma because we realize the importance of being on site with our client. And the third unique is our scale. That's just the size of our team. As of this recording, as I mentioned earlier, we're over 130 associates across the country. We are already today one of the largest MSPs in the United States. There are not many MSPs with over 100 people. And so as we're talking to clients about our ability to help them grow and scale, the fact that we've got this large team is a huge differentiator for us in the market. So those are the three parts that make us unique. And all of that put together makes up our target client profile or our marketing strategy. And that's who we want to sell to and how we plan to grow the company. Next up is part of the vision statement is what is your long-term plan? In the actual EOS book, it talks about a 10-year target. And I'll just tell you guys up front, I can't even think about 10 years down the road. So we landed at a 5-year target. You may have read Good to Great, a great Jim Collins book. It talks about a BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goal. And I think back, it makes me smile because I think back into I think it was probably 2013. We were $8-9 million in revenue, and we wanted to have a BHAG. What's our goal? And we were in a meeting, And I threw out, I said, what if we could be 20 million by 2020? And to me, that was kind of more of a marketing slogan. I didn't actually do the math to see if that was possible, but it sounded good. So I said, that's our BHAG, 20 million by 2020. And as we went back and did the math, we realized, hey, that's actually possible if we continue to grow at a good clip. And so that BHAG, we actually met. We hit $20 million as a company in 2019, so a year early. So our next BHAG is even bigger, right? So our goal, our 5-year goal, is to be a $100 million company in 5 years. And you may say, how in the world are you going to get there? And it really breaks down into two components. One is just through normal organic growth. We are spending a lot of time investing in our sales team. I just talked to you guys about our marketing strategy, about how we're going to grow. And we're also developing a channel program to help bring leads into our sales team. So that organic process, if you do the math on how we grow at a reasonable rate over the next 5 years, we'll get to about 50 million in revenue. So about half of that goal comes through just organic growth. Same way we've been growing the company over the last 20 plus years, except more focus and more intensity on sales. And then the second part of that is through acquisition. We are planning to aggressively look for acquisitions in the connected states. I've mentioned that already. It's a big part of our focus. And so our goal is to have another $50 million through acquisitions. So whether that's 10 companies at 5 million each or 5 companies at 10 million each, we'll see how that works. But I can tell you it is very, very possible for us to hit that $100 million mark in the next 5 years. So when you hear us throw out 100 million as our BHAG, that's our 5-year goal, and that's kind of our big picture that we're marking to from a financial perspective. Then what we transition to is our 3-year goal. And so a 3-year goal is a little more difficult to think about, only because we don't know what kind of companies that we're going to find and buy. And so our 3-year goal is focused exclusively on organic growth, either through direct sales or through the channel. So our 3-year goal as of this video recording is to be a $36 million company. And so that is just normal growth based on where we are today over the next 3 years. And so that part is not as interesting because it really doesn't include any M&A, merger and acquisition type of deals. We know we'll do those. The more exciting part of the 3-year plan is, what does Edafio look like? So we actually spent several hours and said, okay, let's fast forward 3 years from now. What does Edafio look like compared to where we are today? And so I just want to hit a few things in that. You guys will be able to see this in our VTO, which will be published. We'll share the link on that here in just a little bit. But I just want to share a few things. One is we will be well over 200 people by then. If you think about just normal growth and how we're going to continue to hire, we'll have over 200 people spread out across the country. We will have over 200 clients that are in our TCP. Today, as of this video recording, we're right at 84 clients. Actually, I think 85, based on a contract I signed over the weekend. So 85 clients that are in our target client profile. So we expect that over the next 3 years to be well over 200. Much more focus on automation. For those of you just joining us, just know there is so much technology out there that we are investing in to be able to automate what we do. And so that's going to help us scale and provide better services for our client. Another piece of that is to have a full PMO, or a project management office. This is something that we've dabbled with for years. And in order to be able to achieve this 3 and 5 year plan, we know we're going to have to scale our project management office, not only to help us manage our projects internally, which have a long list, but also for new client onboarding, for big projects for our clients. So we just know continued maturity in the project management space is really, really important. We also plan to have in-house cybersecurity and SOC capabilities. SOC means Security Operations Center. Today we outsource that to a partner, and our plan over these next 3 years is to either build that out ourselves or grow that through an acquisition. So those are just a few examples of kind of what Edafio could look like. That's really the more exciting part than just the pure financials. But it's really to say, hey, what could this company be? And as someone coming in new, I want you to know we've got big plans. We've got big growth plans, which then translate for you for career opportunities and to be able to do different things as you grow your career here. The last part of the vision is around proven processes. And this is a really big, important component of EOS. but it's also something that Edafio is already focusing a lot of effort on. As we've grown the last 20 plus years, it's been fast and loose, which is one of my favorite quotes from one of our associates that had been here. He said, "Man, this place is fast and loose." And we have really aspired over the last several years to be better at that, to be more process driven. And so it's really exciting to me that part of this EOS is called that out as a specific need for our company. So we have goals each quarter of processes that we are either going to create or that we're going to update. So examples of that would be new client onboarding. Is something that we've got to be more buttoned up on our process. Revenue forecasting. It's another example, looking ahead. We were founded out of an accounting firm, so our financial diligence and rigor is very strong from a close out the books, get the financials done, but looking forward and saying, hey, where are we going to be in 3 to 6 months? That's been a little bit more of a challenge for us. New hire onboarding. So as people come into the company, what are the things that we have to do to help them from day one to get started to be fully productive in their job role? So those are just a few examples of processes that we have identified and either we're creating or that we're just making better quarter over quarter. So that's another component. So those are the key components of our vision. We went through a lot there, I know, but just know these are really, really important, and I really hope it excites you to be a part of this and to see where we're going. So thank you guys so much for being a part of Edafio. We're so thankful that you're here. These are really exciting times as we grow the company. And as I said, we want to provide career opportunities and places for you to come in and grow your career. The beautiful thing about Edafio is we have so many different things that we do, from our operations center, through our projects team, through our cybersecurity team. There are so many different opportunities here and way for you to grow your career. So I'm glad you're here, and thank you for listening.